All right, where am I? I'm in the backside. I'm on the back nine of the African Wilds tournament. So in the front, I was just cruising along, and then I got to hole number 7, and I went back and watched, and evidently I didn't film holes 1, 2, and 3. Dunner and I were trying to get hooked up, and we couldn't get it done. And so I started playing again today. We tried that yesterday, and then something happened on hole number 7, and then I was so irritated about hole number 7, I carried it over to hole number 8, which I don't normally do, and ended up in the rough. Went over the green and ended up a little long in the rough and missed hole number 8 and put myself in a bind now. So I've gone up to see what it takes to qualify, and so we're at 28s. Now, I do have a good enough tiebreaker that I'd be above that if I shot a 28, but I've got to get all 3 of the par 4s. It's not a difficult task, but we've got to focus. No slip-ups here. Let's go look at the holes. What was I looking at? Creating a permanent magic item in D&D. Hole number 1. All right. I'm doing an APOC with a Kingmaker. 4 rings off, plus 20%. Max curl. Need to hit it perfect. That's for damn sure. Actually, probably have bag number 1 installed, and I need bag number 5. Save a second. Okay, max topspin, 4 rings off, plus 20 on the drive. 1.2 times the wind divided by 1.5. If I can find an opponent. I have another account I need to try and get in tonight. I've been cooking all day. Now I'm all done. Now I got to try and get everything in. It's 8 o'clock, so I should be able to get it all done. Okay, 4 rings off. I get maxed on everything. Okay, 3.1. 2.5 rings. Max girl. Oh, that's bad. I'm in the sand. That was a 2-ring grade on the left. And unless it has the top spin to blast out, it's going to get caught up right there. Rough's better than the sand. Either way. My sand wedge, the needle's just going a little bit faster, but my sand wedge actually got better top spin. Either one will work. You can't hit it 2 rings great to the left there. You might get away with a 1-ring great to the right and a 1-ring great to the left if you have enough topspin. On the front side, I used one of the balls they're selling right now that's got the topspin boost, because it's been getting through. If I hit it and I don't hit it 2 rings great, it gets through there. It's not a long chip, but you could get a little closer. So I put on like 1 extra topspin, and I hit a 1-ring great to the left, and it was able to bounce out of the sand. Barely. All right. Got to make this. Can't start off not getting an eagle on this hole. And the wind's blowing right with me, so I mean, all I got to do is hit it perfect. Oh, fuck, that was 75 rings great to the right. At least 2. Now I've really put myself in a hole. Now there's every other hole, every par 3, every par 5, there's opportunities, but man. The hole is getting deeper. Class, great club. Once your Epics start getting better ball guide and stuff than them, then but they're great utility clubs. Especially when we're playing holes for the very first time. There's a lot of stuff you can get done with the commons. You can go out there with the commons and you can find out whether or not you need backspin or topspin, or then you could switch to a different club. With multiple bags that we have now, it's not as big a deal. There's good things and bad things about the multiple bags, but I'll tell you, when you only had one bag and you wanted to practice a club, when tournament time came around, I'd like them to put more emphasis on clubs. It'd be nice if if you had to designate a bag that you were going to play in the tournament. So you could do it from round to round. Like, this is the bag that I designate that I'm going to play in the qualifying round. And this is the bag that and you could make changes. There may be holes that you're like, man, I really need a big dog or a cataclysm. And if you don't have one, you're screwed. But you could go out there, but you don't want that club on every other hole. What do you do? The whole thing is that the longer we play, the better our clubs get. And they don't put as much emphasis on the clubs as I'd like them to. It's a draw. All right. That was not good. I have not gotten the hole-in-one here yet, but I don't know that I've hit it perfect yet. No, this is the par 5, and I have extra mile par 5. Let me go look at the hole. I was thinking it was the par 3. This is why I go look at it, because you get one thing in mind. This is a hole that you can get your ass in trouble. And I am being aggressive on it. Taking bag number 4. I'm taking a Berserker. We'll see if we can get the drive down where we even have a shot. Chief Duffer goes first. Let's check our opponent out. 53 million. Looks like a second account. Third, 75th. Yeah. I should make it. If he max OPs it. Maybe. Hits it perfect. That should make it. Fine. Now, does it tail off and drift? Now you can make it from there with the Nirvana, but that is the good thing about failing way up in the front. But you want to fail way up in the front, one less than max, I'm pretty sure. Four one. And it is storming outside my house. The wind is rocking. Getting it perfect? I may lose internet. That would really suck. Right where I want it. Right down the middle. The farther you try and get out to the tip, the fairway's narrowing up on the left-hand side. And it comes to that little point. It's really easy. It drops off. And it's really easy for it to just tail off like it did for my opponent. I got a nice shot from there. They actually have a shot where they can go at it. This is where I wish I'd have brought a low wind ball. Let's see if they can get it done. That was a 2-ring grate to the right. That would have been pretty close and perfect. Okay, so there's max. There's min. So I'm at mid club. Mid Goliath is 2.3. So 3.3 equals divided by 2.3. It's 1.86 rings. .86 rings. Isn't it perfect? Close. Close. Slightly overpulled it. Like 0.1 R. And I was closer to minimum than I was to mid. I was kind of like in between, so it's I did a 2.3, which is at mid. 2.9's at max. So let's see what would that have been. That's 6. That's 3. It'd have been 2.6. It'd have been 1.65. And that probably would have got me right in the middle of the cup. Yup. That's where if you're using the app and you can use the scale, because that was probably at like maybe 35%. Eking towards 40. Oh, that was close. I made that one earlier this week, but I did it using backspin, and I got super lucky. All right, -5. 0.95 times whatever the wind is, okay? Now here's the deal. It depends on how the wind's blowing. The wind was blowing, if the wind is blowing over 5 miles an hour, or you got to do that big of a pull, I don't want to do that, so I want to stay away from that sand. Sniper 1 Powerball. I'm going to try and use a wind ball here. I really need to get a freaking hole-in-one. So let's bring a cheating ass ball. I've been using a Power 1 ball, but I don't know that this is gonna. With the low wind, I think I still have enough room for my red line. I think that's the reason why we bring out a Power 1 ball, is to move it forward just a little. We'll see. We'll see if a 0 power works. Yeah, got enough for now. Four. 1.33 rings. 1 1/3. There's 1. There's a third. Getting it dead center perfect. That's 2. Right on the edge. Arr! That would have helped. Damn it. That's how it goes. Right on the lip. Now, which way's the wind blowing? I didn't pull it quite enough. It almost feels like it just needs to be a 1-to-1. I was doing +5, and I was over pulling it, and I just did -5 right there, and I under pulled it. And I was right on the other side of the cup with the +5. In the hole. Nice shot. Nice. Nice. Dagnabbit. All right, what do we got for hole number 4? Hole number 4 is another one of the par 4s. We got to get this one. Extra mile. Power 5 ball. Max topspin, pull out the wind, and then put one ring back in. I know exactly which hole this is. Using that bag right there. And let's just go. Let's go. Okay, we've got to get an eagle here, and I still got to make up a shot. I had 2 great opportunities right there and 2 close misses. The next par 3 is my least favorite of the par 3s on this course. The last par 3 is my... the one we just played there is... Man, that's a great shot for hole in one. Great shot. You gotta hit it perfect, but it's a great shot. My opponent goes first. Now you can bring a lower power ball and you can do overpower here. I won't be surprised if they don't switch that to a Titan or something. Now watch their second bounce. Their second bounce is in a pretty good spot up there, I think. If they pulled all the way up on the red line. But if they put too much curl in it, that second bounce, they're going to just try and go straight. I don't know that that'll work. There you go. Gotta put some curl on it. Isn't it perfect? But you can't put too much because that second bounce right there swings over. It looked like they were pointing more out in that direction. Okay, 2-5. It's 1 1/4 rings. I'm gonna put all of that. I think it's gonna end up being all because that's pretty much side wind. Yeah, I'm about half a ring short of what I need. Hit 1 ring great to the left. And it could be very problematic on that right hand, on this second bounce right there. Clip the rough. Damn it. I've hit it perfect in on this hole every time so far this week until today. Not that that's a lot of times, right? With practice, maybe 3 or 4 times. Arrgh. That's what it looks like when you don't hit it perfect. I got to recover on this one because I am running out of holes. This could be the recovery shot of the round right here. Then I still need a pickup. 27 is not going to get it done. See if my opponent can get in. Yeah, close. All right, I'm in the perfect zone. I'm gonna try and hedge my bet here and try and give myself 2 sides. I'm super close. Hitting it perfect. In the hole. Woo! Recovered. Jeez. How much shit was that? Recovered getting the eagle. That's how bad it is on these par 4s. You've got to get an eagle on these par 4s or you drop the shot. One on hole number 1. That's a drop shot. Can't do that. Cannot do it. Okay, hole number 14. Yeah, that was the one we just played. Hole number 14. Hole number 5. This is my least favorite of the par 3s. I still don't know. I've changed my adjustment on this, but I have no idea because I haven't been able to hit it perfect into the cup. So we will see. Taking a sniper, or excuse me, a grizzly and a 2-power ball. A katana. That's all I need. Let's see if we can get a hole. I'm not expecting to get a hole in one here, and this is the type of hole that you like. If you think about every tournament, there's always a hole or two that might be causing you. You know, of all the holes that you're playing that week, that's the one that you're just not. You and the hole are just not getting along, or you're not simpatico, or it's all right there. It's close, but it's never in the cup. That's how this hole is for me. So this is the hole that I really like to pick one up on, because that still leaves the other ones available. I don't like that area. The deal with an area like that is you can see when they moved it, it wasn't. Sometimes we find a funnel where the tip stays at the cup and the ball guide moves. There, the ball guide was moving and the tail was waggling. So when you do that 3-2 adjustment, if you do a 3-2.5 or you do a 3-3, that's a different spot. So that means the tail waggled. And so it all looks perfect until right at the very end, and then it just drifts off from the cup. That is no bueno. Okay, I'm going to get a hole in one and help you out, dude. Here we go right here. 4.1 rings. Rings. There's 4, 1. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. It's the first perfect I've hit in here all week. Woo! In the hole. Look at that shit. That is amazing. That hole right there, which is not normally one of my favorite holes, might become my favorite hole. It might have saved me. And my opponent's like, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Help myself and my opponent. All right. Hole number 15. Let's go look at these holes. Now we really got to get serious because I still got to pick one up. At least I'm back on track, but I still need to pick one up to separate me from the 28 crowd, if that's possible. Hole number 5. Hole number 6, excuse me. Par 5. All right. I like this hole. I like it a lot. I'm taking an extra mile and a kingmaker. Now this is a hole that it really wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm not to take a low wind power 3 ball. Backspin, side spin, wind resistance 3. I guess I don't. Wind 5, wind 3, and wind 2's on the new one, so I guess a kingmaker is it. It's as good as it gets. Open up a slot, a think, what time is it? It is. I think I have a club car trading, and I am 3 off-roaders away from getting it to level 7. And so this could be a big day. It could be. Hey, baby. What's up, Buster? Buster went and got groomed today. Him and his sister Itsy Bitsy. Spitfire and a big topper. Oh, no, I really am trying to get my Spitfire up, and I don't hardly get it, but I really want to get my big topper to level 8. If you get your Apocalypse to level 7, it's probably better. But big topper level 8 is good, but Spitfire, I hardly ever get the Spitfire, so I am working on it. All right. Okay, Kingmaker. Okay, I got it. I'm ready to roll. I think I just barely missed it earlier. I was doing max -1. Two 6. I'm gonna do a ring and a half. I'm gonna do 2 6. I want to stay away from that sand. I'd rather underpull towards the sand. And end up a little farther to the left out in the fairway, where it makes me a little farther from the cup than to take any chances with the sand. 385. My goal was 385 to 390. Anything over 380 works. Anything over 380, you're in the Min Sniper. Well, you're in Max Grizzly at 380. If you're at 370, you're pretty much at Min Sniper. You got to use a lot of backspin in order to be at Min Sniper. If you're using a Goliath, you could literally be back at the 375. Perfect. Right up the edge. Now, I've seen some people do the rough bump that's here. I would want to be, if I was my opponent, I would want to be a little bit farther to the left and forward. Okay, there's max. There's min. There's mid. And a mid club. It's 1.1 per ring. .3. 2.71 rings. There's 271. Oh, there's a great to the right. Go in anyways. Damn it. I've had a lot of luck on this hole this week too. I've already got 2 Albies on it. I've had a lot of luck on this hole ever since it came out. But you gotta hit it perfect. I can think of a few holes that I've made more shots hitting great to the right than I have hitting perfect on those holes. And I can think of several par 3s that, like during the whole week, I couldn't get a perfect to go in the hole, but I'd hit greats to the right and they'd go in. And I'd make an adjustment to try and move it over so that the perfect would work, and then it wouldn't work. I was either going the wrong way or have no freaking clue. All right, back. All right, this is I have high hopes for this par 3. And this par 3, I definitely want to bring out because of the way the wind was. I was thinking that this was the hole earlier, but we'll go look at it. It doesn't really matter whether you bring a low wind ball on this as far as making the ring adjustment. You can't hardly see your freaking rings anyways. My whole goal is that I don't want to have to do a double ring pull where I have to do 5 or 4. I've got to do like a 9 ring pull, so I've got to remove 5 and then move 4, move 6 and then move 3. I don't want to have to do a double because you're so far away. It's just difficult to do a pull, let alone. So I'm going to bring that 0 Powerball again. The precision one. The Grizzly. Yep, select. Give myself any opportunity. I need to pick. I got 2 shots to pick one up, and I got one that you absolutely fucking have to make. So I really don't want to be dicking around. Let's get all 3 of them. I think in the qualifying round, I shot a 7 and 3. I got hole number 6, hole number 7, and hole number 8. I got hole 6 and 7, and then I actually had the easiest of the ones to get in hole 8. Now I need to do it again on 7, 8, and 9. Let's get it done. I think that on this hole, I'm surprised I haven't seen some people bringing out 4 side spin balls or 5 side spin balls and really kind of getting up there because it's. I see a lot of people using curl and stuff on it. Hold on, Buster. My opponent's trying to go right at it. Let's see if they can get it done. All right. Here we go. 60% wind adjustment. 3.5 rings off. Let's do the wind first. 2.3. 3.64 or 6.8 rings. So 3.7 rings. It'll be 3.5 rings off. Be very little adjustment. Let's make sure I'm going right dead center through it. 3.68 rings. There's 3.68. I'm pretty sure that was exactly. Hitting it dead center perfect. If it doesn't go in here, it's not going in. Woo! In the hole. That's what I'm talking about right there. I love that hole. When that hole first came out, I, like everybody else, hated that hole. But I came out here one day and I was looking and everybody's like, oh, you got to do a 30%. And I was like, that shit's not working. And so I was like, I'm just going to double it and see what happens. And it went in the hole and it's like, okay, it's a 60% hole. There you have it. All right, hole number 8. Got to get this one. Got to get it. This hole you absolutely have to get. This is like getting birdie on a par 3. You've got to get an eagle on this par 4. There's just like that's the minimum score. Hold on. All right, had to let the dog in. All right, we got to get this. What do I got on my notes? Extra mile, Kingmaker. Now, what happened to me earlier on the front was I hit a 2-ring great to the left, and it bounced over the sand and then went across the green and had so much speed it went over and got in the rough on the other side. So the goal here is not to hit the fucker 2 rings great to the left. Hit it perfect. Get on the green, make my putt, move the hell on. Let's quit having heart attacks in this round. Let's just get past this round. Open up some chest. See if I can get those. I got a pack the other day, and you had 3 epics that were in it. And I got an off-roader right there. Still a little short. Still a couple short. No, I'm only 2 short. Right, one short on the off-roader. Just one more. The thing about it is that I call them the usual suspects, the Rapier, the Nirvana, and the Spitfire. They have pretty much been in my bag since the get-go. Like the Spitfire went in my bag at like level 1, or I mean like right away, because it had more distance than everything else, and sand is a big deal when you first start. You know, like if you get in trouble out there, distance. And so those are my usual suspects, and they've been there for, how long's the game been out? Since 2017, so pretty much since then. And to make something make a change down in that bottom row is, that's big. That's big. All right, hole number 8. Let's quit stalling and get out there and get it done. All right, Chris. I'm sure that there are some people out there that have gotten hole-in-ones on this hole. Maybe the other one. Probably all 3 of them this week. There's people that have gotten hole-in-ones. They're all 3 hole-in-oneable. But I'm not really going for hole-in-one. I just want to secure an eagle. Now, if you put a little bit of right-hand side spin on it, I'm not understanding why you're not putting some right-hand side spin on it so you don't have to put any curl on it. All right. You're trying to get the little bounce over the sand. I got you. Now I'm thinking you might have moved it over so far it might clip the rough right there. Oh, you put overpower on it. I got you. I sometimes watch my opponents trying to set the shots up, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And then they get pissed, and then it's like, dude, that's where you were aiming. That is like where my opponent was aiming. It's like, why aren't you trying to just put on some right-hand side spin and go through the fairway? One less than max. .9. It's 1 ring. Oh, 1 ring great to the right. I think I have room on the right. That's makeable. I was trying to leave myself, I try and give myself at the end of that roll 1 ring great to the left and right, but sometimes you can't do that, so you got to pick one side or the other. On hole number 9, I still got some work to do right here, so let's not get ahead of myself. But on hole number 9 on the drive, I like to give myself so much room that I'd have to shank it. I'd have to hook it in order for it not to end up in the fairway. Can you hear the wind blowing? I don't know if you guys are catching that on the video, but shit's banging against my doors and the house is creaking. Isn't it perfect? Get in the hole. In the hole. Woo! In the hole. Jeez. What a round. Still got hole number 9 to go through. And I have not gotten... Hole number 9 is the one par 5 I haven't gotten a hole on an Albie on this week. And right now would be the time to do it. Right now would be the time. Still got to You can see there are some 28s that did not make it. And I think that's because not everybody's shown up, which is kind of bullshit. It's bullshit. My buddy Dunner and I have talked about this. It's bullshit for Playdemic to go to everybody's pre-bracketed, and then if not everybody shows up that's in that bracket, then it affects the people that are in there. All right? Every one of these brackets should be full, and there should be one at the very end that's not full. Like, what's the deal? Like 50 people in every bracket should make it, but there's not 50 people. There's not 100 people in this bracket, so that's bullshit. Bullshit. All right. Now the UPS guy just showed up. He's probably bringing some. I've been baking, so I've been ordering specialty sugars. I'm a dumbass American. I just assumed that there was like, you know, we have an assortment of sugars: brown sugar, light brown sugar, molasses, cane sugar. But there's a lot of different types of sugars out there, as I'm finding out. All right, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm bringing a Extra Mile and a Kingmaker. Extra Mile and a Kingmaker. Open a chest. Clear slot. Let's see if we can get the one off-roader we need. I got lucky so once today. I already got two, but I'd be extremely lucky and get three. Here we go. Hole number 18. Let's see if we can qualify for this tournament after all of the trials and tribulations. The first 9 holes are in segments. I got to go through and edit it out and see if I can put a whole video together. Because I shot the first 3 holes at Dunner, and then I got on the one where I missed the deal and lost it. Like, what the hell just happened? The dogs are getting in trouble. I don't think everybody else in the house realizes how stormy it is. They just went outside to get packages, so now they'll understand how stormy it is. I think you can actually hit it too far out there. I'm curious to see what their second shot looks like, because they pounded the hell out of that. I give myself plenty of room. 3 rings. 3-7. I'm going to do a 2-ring pull. That's 4-2. So that's pretty much a plus 10. No OP. Hitting it perfect. All right. I'm going to take off minus 0.8, 0.825, 0.8. I was taking off 10% of the wind, and it wasn't enough. And it seemed like I went to 20, and I think it was slightly, I was taking off minus 10, and I was still pulling too much. So then I took off minus 20, and I wasn't quite pulling enough. So I'm going to take off 17.5. And they hit it great. All that effort, and hit it great. And even with a 1-ring grate like that, I think they way overpulled it. Times 2.6 equals, where am I at? There's max, there's min, so I'm at mid club, divided by 1.1, it's 1.95 rings. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Come on. Come on. No, that's not going to go in the hole. Over pulled it. Well, damn it. And that looked like it was way overpulled. I guess I'll have to up it up. Or take it down even farther. I still overpulled it. I'll have to go back and watch that. I'm not sure if I overpulled it. Did I overpull it or I underpulled it? I can't remember now. You're so intent on the game when you're playing. Sometimes you're just playing. You're not really paying attention. This is why it's so important to record your own video, because then you can go back and watch it and see what the hell really happened. Because you know as well as I do, there's a lot of times you're just playing. You're in the moment. You're just going through the motions and doing the stuff. And then when you go back and look at it, you can analyze. It's like tape when you're in football or any sport. All right, we did make it in. We had a back. I got a 16 on the back to make up for the and I was on track. I was just cruising along. I mean, it was like nothing bad was going on, and whatever the hell happened on hole number 7. I've played this game a time or two, so I'm pretty familiar with how to pull the ball back for a putt. And I went to grab it with my stylus, and the ball just like shot off. I have no fucking clue. I have no idea. No idea. But at least I made it through. Good backside, making it through. I will catch you on that. I'm going to record Odd. I'm going to try and get it in tonight. And then I will post it as well. Thanks for watching, and have a great tournament and a good weekend.